Hey everybody, it's Evolution Gaming's Woodhouse here, and I am here to bring you actually kind of an update as to where things are going for Evolution Gaming. Over the past 3 or 4 days, we've had a lot of changes come from kind of, I would say, a likely source, but it wasn't something that I overly pursued. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the news, and actually if you see me kind of looking down a little bit, I have a notepad just open here that I'm trying to keep everything in line, and I just apologize that if I get off topic, I promise I will come back. But starting with the news, Evolution Gaming is expanding. And what do I mean by expanding? Well, here probably 6 months ago or so, I was introduced to a group on the Montana State campus called the MSU Hive Mind, as you can see on the bottom right side of my screen. Or bottom right as I'm looking at it. I'm sorry if it's not that way for you. And through that, I've been able to meet a bunch of people, a lot of cool people, a lot of stuff like that, that is, like I said, something that I never really pursued in terms of expanding to see if like anybody wanted to join or whatever. And I got the question here a couple of days ago actually, of people wanting to know if they could join. Now, just a couple of things about Evolution Gaming as a whole before I move past that. When this was started here about a year ago by Susuke and myself, it was literally just a place for people to hang out. They could tag if they wanted to. There was no real commitment to it outside of, just be there, be friendly, don't be an asshole to people, things like that. And it grew from there. We added Dragon and Equinox into the equation, and then, like everything else, the school year hit, and we just weren't able to devote as much time to things as we could. And then past that, it kind of sat stagnant for a really long time. Mid-September or so, I think that's when the NASL started. We added a Facebook page, as you hear me say in most of my casts and whatnot. But that's still active. Everything like that is still good. But like I said, in probably, I think it was January, I had my first experience with the MSU Hive Mind. And we have done quite a bit together as a group on that front. And then, like I said, people started asking about how they could tag and whatnot. So I threw the question out to the Hive Mind community, and at this point have 4 new additions technically to add to the Evolution Gaming family in Blood Cooker, Scipio, General Tyler, and Nighthawk. So first and foremost, I'd like to welcome them to the Evolution Gaming, I guess you could call it family now, since we're up to 10 people. Does that constitute a family? I have no idea. But we're adding them to our roster. Now, what does that mean for Evolution Gaming as a whole, outside of the fact that it's expanded? It means actually now that we can start to do things more competitively. And what do I mean by competitively? I mean clan wars, obviously. Start seeing more representation at some other tournaments, things like that. There's a lot of different ways that you can make changes like that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do on that front. And like I said, that brings our total up to, I actually take that back, it's 9 members now, spanning from as low as silver all the way up to diamond. So actually we have a pretty good representation that way. And I've been in contact with a few clan leaders at this point, trying to get just some preliminary stuff set up. So, I mean, that's something to come in the future. And what other changes can you expect from Evolution Gaming at this point? More than likely, we'll go through a change of logo yet again. So this EG logo that you see down here on it's the left side of my screen. I apologize again if it's backwards for other people. More than likely will be changed. You'll see probably an update to the Facebook page that's going to take a little bit of time as we get pictures, things like that, from the Hive Mind lands of members, things like that. And more than likely you'll see a website in the form of, sorry for the shaky camera there, I bumped my desk. you'll see a website in the form of a forum come around as well, just so that members can communicate on something that's not the MSU Hivemind page. So just a few things in that area to keep track of. And then also, obviously, clan wars will start happening. I'm actually sitting here looking. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clans, just from working with people over the last few months over other clan wars and things like that. So, what does this change for the players? I've never been a firm believer in tagging on something that you bought. And what do I mean by that? So, like, okay, if you look at other professional teams, like, say, EG or Liquid, if the company buys you an account, a Battle.net account, more than likely they're going to expect you to tag so that, they know who bought it. It has to do with advertising. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that open to the individual at this point. Since Evolution Gaming is purely amateur at this point, at the point of the recording anyway, it's purely amateur. There's no money involved whatsoever with this group. We're just we're a bunch of friends hoping to help each other improve and have some fun along the way. So with that, we're going to leave tagging optional at this point, and then just as it was before and it will be until the end of time, don't be an asshole to people. Be there to help one another, don't tear each other down, things like that. And if you're going to make fun of somebody, at least make sure it's in a playful manner so that should it become anything more than that, we can try and fix it from there. Obviously, there's still a lot of other major kinks and whatnot that need to get worked out on that front. I'd like to thank the MSU Hivemind for letting me post that question and actually just communicate with people in a lot of ways, because they've actually been very influential in starting a lot of things in this process. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else as far as changes and improvements that I need to go over at this point. Like I said, be sure to check Evolution Gaming out on Facebook. Make sure you check the MSU Hivemind out on Facebook as well. And at this point, I think that's all I have. Just make sure you stay tuned to the Evolution page for updates and whatnot going into the future. And I will make sure I get those posted. But with that, welcome to the new members. I'm excited to see where Evolution Gaming goes within the next 6-8 months, a year, things like that. We have members moving, stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what comes of it, and I look forward to enjoying the progress and the prosperity that's to come. So with that, thank you guys, and happy hunting.